Today on the channel, we're going to take a look at a cool Joe Bonamassa Epiphone Les Paul that just came out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this Joe Bonamassa Epiphone Les Paul that recently got released. This is a special model that is an iridescent copper Epiphone Les Paul that's modeled after a 1955 Les Paul that Joe has. Joe has two of these. According to Bonamassa, there are 3 in existence. And he owns 2 of them, of course. He doesn't know where the 3rd one is. And this is a replica, obviously, of his Gibson. Replica of 1955, so it's pretty cool. There was only 3 colors that he knows of that are in this finish. So what we have with this guitar is your typical mahogany body. It's got a mahogany neck with a maple cap. It's got a C-profile neck with an Indian laurel fretboard. So with the Epiphone line, probably to keep it a little bit more affordable rather than go with the rosewood. They've got Indian laurel. Indian laurel feels good. I'm actually okay with Indian laurel fretboards. This is undoubtedly a poly gloss finish versus nitro. Poly is a little bit less expensive, but you know, the Epiphones have that poly finish on them, but it's a nice gloss finish. In a moment, we're going to try to get this thing to show off the iridescent paint job. Right now, it looks you know, pretty much like a copper finish. It's got Mallory capacitors in it, CTS pots. It's got Epiphone P90 Pro pickups. So these are Epiphone branded pickups. I'm not going to take the strings off of this and take the pickups out to demonstrate it, but they are the Epiphone P90 Pro pickups. And it comes with this vintage style brown and pink case. Really nice case. Let's take a closer look at these frets. Now, the Epiphones, you don't get the nibs, the fret nibs on the edges, so that helps keep costs down. These things run about $850, which is actually a really nice value. Honestly, we've seen a lot of Epiphones coming out lately that are inspired by Gibson Custom Shop that are, you know, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. This one's right around the $850 range, so it is. You know, that's not cheap, but that's in the affordability range for a lot of folks, and it's a really good value. It's got these vintage style tuners. Very cool. Let's take a look at the backside. Okay, as promised, here's the backside. This is what the mahogany back looks like. This is a really nice, attractive piece of wood on this guitar. First impressions, I really like the grain. Mahogany is such an attractive wood. It's a great tone wood, set neck obviously. This has the long neck tenon, which is traditional for like old Gibsons. So that's a really nice feature. Good for tone and good for the traditionalists out there that are looking for the long neck tenons. So everything on the back, same color, mahogany and paint, poly finish. I like the color of the binding right there along the neck. That looks very attractive. All right, let's take a look on the inside at the controls. All right, here's a look under the hood. So there's your CTS pots, and that's what Mallory capacitors look like. That's a new one for me. This has the easy install pickups. You can just unplug them and plug other pickups in if you wanted to go with something else down the road. And this looks like a standard Epiphone 3-way switch. Doesn't look like a Switchcraft, does look like an Epiphone. Pretty much the same thing. Routing in the body looks nice and clean, which is good. Cool, nothing too exciting, but we like to look at it anyway. Okay, let's check out the case candy and see what came with this. I believe this is a COA that came with a guitar. So the COA looks like this. It's got your Epiphone logo there on the front of this leather type booklet. There's Joe in the front holding what looks like the Is that an Epiphone or is that a Gibson that he's holding? Is that his? That's an Epiphone. So that's Joe holding the Epiphone model. All right, cool. And here's a COA. That looks like a printed signature. So you're not going to get Joe's signature, but that's cool. And it just shows, you know, the serial number on here. Nice touch. And then here's some of the stuff. This came from the Gibson garage. I borrowed this guitar from a friend, by the way. I did not buy this, but I would be a proud owner of this guitar. There's the truss rod key and the case key. Cool, nothing else. That's all the case candy. I like the fact that it comes with a COA. That's nice. Cool. Okay, so let's get some shots of this paint and see if we can get the paint to pop a little bit differently. It's kind of hard for me to do that in this lighting, but you can kind of see it changing. It gets darker and a little bit lighter depending on the angle. I mean, in all honesty, it's not the kind of color that's going to blow your skirt up and make you go crazy, but it is cool. But it doesn't like change purple or do anything like that I can tell. But it does. You can see the metallic in it at some points, and then it looks brown. Then to me it looks a little, sometimes it looks a little bit burgundy, copper. There, it's picking up the flake on that one. Cool. All right, let's take this in the studio and plug it in and see how this baby sounds. Let's check it out. Okay, so the Epiphone Joe Bonamassa 1955 Les Paul in iridescent copper with P90's is awesome. I really, really enjoyed playing this guitar. I felt the tones were fabulous. I really got lost. A lot of guitars that when you play them, you enjoy it, right? And you can just jam and have fun, but some guitars you get lost in the tone and the way that they take you to another place musically, and I felt like that this guitar did that. I really felt that the blend between the neck and the bridge pickup was awesome. I used my Fractal X8. I was using a Sir Badger model, and it had a lot of gain, but I would roll back and got a nice crisp and crispy clean kind of sound, and it was excellent. Very good resonance in these pickups. Not a lot of noise coming from these pickups, not a lot of hum. I didn't notice that. That was cool. The woman tone rolling back on the tone knob on both the neck and the bridge pickup sounded wonderful. Neck and bridge pickup individually sound really killer. This is a great blues, rock, hard rock guitar. You could do a lot of things with this. It's very versatile, and you know the color combination. While this may not be everyone's cup of tea, I think it's cool. It kind of reminds me of my dad's 1977 Ford Maverick that rusted out after 2 years of ownership. It's kind of that same color, so kind of brings me back some nostalgia. Anyway, I digress. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.